Venus enters Virgo for an entire month, and this just may be the most important transit for our relationships and for money. At first, it can feel a little destabilizing because Venus will make a square to Uranus, but in the first week of October, Venus is going to meet up with the South Node, and this hasn't happened since 2007, 2008. Extremely rare, and it will bring destined opportunities, relationships, conversations all up into the surface. So if it's been financially kind of hard or romantically kind of iffy, that is all about to change. So follow along to hear how this might affect you according to your sign and what you kind of need to let go of, because the South Node is something that we need to say goodbye to in order for this new beginning to come forward into your life. Aries, I'm starting with you. This transit is going to strip away the idea that you're only worthy unless you're useful. And so you might let go of some jobs or old health habits that don't serve you anymore. Venus wants only the best. And as it enters your 6th house, it talks a lot about your health, your work, your coworkers, your employees, your pets. What's being reborn here is a rhythm of work that heals you and sustains you and doesn't drain you. Your day-to-day routine is just being infused with more purpose, things that bring you happiness and joy and freedom. And this could also bring massive promotions and leveling up when it comes to your job. As long as it doesn't drain you, then you're on the right track. Taurus, there's a massive emphasis on relationships. Pay very close attention to who comes in and out of your life during this month. You could meet a very past life connection, someone that feels like home. But at the same time, you could also be closing off some chapters. Venus, again, wants the best. And if there's been a connection that you've been navigating that's not authentic or doesn't align with your values, you might find yourself letting that go. Or if you've been approaching relationships with this sense of perfectionism, I need it this way, or if it's not like that, then I won't go for it. The South Node and especially the eclipse is helping you strip away those beliefs. You might also find yourself going back to doing things that you used to love to do from the past. Anything creative or things that brought you happiness and joy. But I do think this is going to help bring a massive shift in your relationship. So go out there, meet new people, go on dates. You never know. I think this energy is very much like, you're not perfect, but you're perfect for me. Side note, if there is unfinished business with a past lover, then this transit could bring them back in, only to kind of tie up loose ends and really make room for something that is more aligned for you. Gemini, the core of who you thought you were is changing, and you're letting go of a lot of things. And this could literally be you moving homes or changing locations or going back to a place that you used to live. If you've been leaning on family or kind of holding on to things that you learned in your childhood a little bit too tightly, this eclipse and this Venus transit could really help cut those cords. What's being reborn here is this inner foundation that works for you based off who you are currently in this moment and where you know that you're headed. Because you have Virgo ruling your 4th house, and I think perfectionism is like woven into your roots. I have to do it this way or I won't succeed. Criticism, guilt, or fear of failure, all of that is kind of being stripped away. Because there's a square to Uranus in your sign, there's going to be this liberation that you crave. But in this case, I think that true freedom is claiming a home and an inner foundation that truly reflects you. And so the ground might shake a little bit just so that you can claim your power. And I think you're going to shock a lot of people with what it is that you decide to do next. Cancer, if your mind has felt like a prison, like nitpicking or overthinking or judging yourself a little too much, this transit is about to help wipe out those unhealthy thought patterns. This here could really help calm the mind and bring you good and healthy thoughts. And with the square to Uranus in your 12th, Uranus is trying to get rid of subconscious patterns that are old and outdated, that don't work for you anymore. You can go on a trip with a sibling, or they could just be a little extra relevant for you in your life this month. You could start a podcast, start a vlog. There's something about your words here that will hold a lot of power and meaning and spirituality. Nevertheless, there's a lot of healing of the throat chakra here, not holding back, saying things the way that you need them to be said. Information could come out into the surface, important conversations that help kind of liberate you. Leo, huge money month for you. If you've been tied to this endless effort kind of mindset where you have to work harder or give more or never feel enough, what's being reborn is this sustainable income with the sense of self-worth that doesn't need proof. Venus is so ready to help you redefine your sense of self-worth, raise up your prices, understand that you really do got it. And I just wonder what kind of job or opportunity comes into alignment when you decide right here, right now, that you're worth it. Virgo, this is a huge transit for you, and it happens every 18 years, and it's so rare, and it's going to change you, and it's going to help you shed a lot of things related to your identity and who you are and how you show up. And it talks a lot about your body and your relationships and how you approach them. You could change something up about your physical appearance. Relationships feel magnetic. You could have a relationship form here that feels like it's meant to last forever, and it's very much a past life connection, or maybe it's just someone from your past that comes back around. What's really happening here is the eclipses are asking you to step into a very spiritual, very authentic version of you. Others might not recognize this new you, and they might be a little shocked by your ability to kind of switch up all of a sudden. This shock is going to crack you open and become who you truly are and not what you thought you're meant to be. And relationships might end because the South Node is something that we need to put an end to. And so if a relationship isn't working, or you feel deeply inside that you know this person is not going with you in your future, Venus could really help you cut the cord and make room for something that is more authentic. And new relationships could come in really, really, really quick because you still have the eclipses activating your 7th house. And so it really is such an important year for you just in general to tie the knot or to meet the love of your life. And so really let this month kind of clear out a lot of things that you know aren't going with you. Libra, secrets. There could be some secrets that come out into the surface, or there could be patterns that you start to recognize where you've actually hurt your own self by believing in something or someone. Illusions kind of fall hard here, and you're trusting in the unseen, and there's going to be something about the truth that comes up that helps kind of free you. This is the kind of freedom where it helps you take back your own power, and you are really ending and putting a close to karmic cycles and baggage that you can't even fully name. And what's being reborn here is new relationships and new love and compassion that is rooted in boundaries, and you stop finding yourself trying to save everybody else, and you tend to your own vessel. If you're single, then new relationships could really form under the influence of this transit. A relationship that feels so spiritual, so effortless. You could have a lot of dreams about a specific someone. I would pay a lot of attention to those dreams. Did they make you feel good? Were you scared? Please be mindful that the energy of the give and take behind a relationship is filled with balance, and that it's not just you giving, and overdoing, because that just might meet you in a place that we don't want you to get to. Scorpio, extremely social month, meeting new people, hanging out with friends, bringing people together, going to parties. Pay attention to who comes in and out of your life during this month. It could be like a past life friendship that forms that kind of helps escalate you with career endeavors, or a friend could help you with something financially even. Amazing time to also end toxic friendships or outdated dreams. The 11th house is our long-term vision and goal. And if you've been thinking a little bit too small, Venus is gonna demand something that is bigger and better for you. You need to be around people that see your depth, that see your vision. If you go and hang out with a friend and you're at 0% after you've hung out with them, that is a sign that they are not meant to be in your life. Sagittarius, this is a big one for you, and it's going to change you in all the ways. In the 10th house of your career, your reputation, how you show up in this world, what you do every day, your job. If there's been a lingering energy that you have to show up in this perfect way, or if it's not perfect, then you're not putting it out there, Venus is going to help you strip down those beliefs and just put yourself out there as you. And it's not going to be perfect. And there's so many ideas that could come up into the surface during this month that could help propel your career forward. And you might meet very important people that help bring you to the top. Your career has been draining, or you feel like you've just outgrown it a little bit. I promise this eclipse and all of this energy in the 10th house is going to help you find something that is filled with soul and purpose. Also, so much emphasis on your home and your inner foundation and how you feel and your healing process. And it's almost like the stars are screaming at you to tend to your vessel, to fill up your own cup, to be with yourself for a second so that you can show up more authentically, so you're not burnt out. So get ready to reinvent yourself completely. Get ready for promotions, leveling up. Some sort of big and destined opportunity is coming forward. I can't even describe how good it's going to be. Capricorn, this transit could bring forward destined travel opportunities. You could meet a lover while traveling. It could also be something about your religion or your beliefs that are calling your name, and feel like you're being called to hold on to something to believe in. There's something that you learn, or a teacher that comes into your life that kind of helps rewire your thoughts and your belief system. We're all an extremely romantic month, so go out there, meet new people. But it also, if you've been navigating some sort of ending or breakup, this transit could really help free you from the stress of it all. Running out of time, so annoying. I will post Aquarius and Pisces in the comment section. For Aquarius, this is a lot about finances and intimacy between two people, merging of the souls. And for Pisces, this is huge for your relationships. So please make sure to check out the comments to hear what I have to say about it.